Hi, Vanessa Wesley with theweeklywhisper.com and this week's tip on how to stay connected to your inner guidance. Each week, LaRue, Eppler, and I give you simple strategies to recognize your inner guidance so that you can make decisions easier and with less struggle. And speaking of struggle, traveling can be a bit of a hassle, can't it? A few weeks ago, my daughter and I were at the airport waiting for an 8:50 a.m. flight from Houston to Chicago, and then from there to Connecticut. There was an announcement that the cockpit computer was malfunctioning. We were informed, now get this, that they needed to fly the part in from Chicago, install it, and then check to see if it worked before we could be rescheduled. The new boarding time was changed to 12:15 p.m., a full 3.5 hours later. Well, en masse, everyone in the waiting area just immediately rose and walked, and some ran over to the check-in desk to change their flight, and so did I. But when I got there, there were 50 people in front of me, and I stood in line for over an hour. And while I was doing that, I watched people and I listened to conversations, and I saw that some people were very upset. Others were making phone calls to see if they could arrange different flight times while they were standing in line. Other people were having conversations with people on the other end, people who may have been waiting for them. And I noticed that there were so many people who were very upset about the situation. And as I listened to conversations and watched people, I noticed inside of me, I was having a lot of fun. I was very relaxed about the situation. I was so happy the computer malfunctioned while we were on the ground. In fact, I was ecstatic. What is better than that, right? Well, being filled with gratitude, I simply stood in line. By the time I got to the desk, I figured all the other flights to Chicago would be booked, and they were. But what happened was a new reservationist had just taken over as I approached, so he was nice and fresh and open to all kinds of possibilities. Well, we were rerouted to North Carolina and then to Connecticut, and when it was all said and done, we arrived in Connecticut only 2 hours later than scheduled, and without the struggle. Like I said, there were many people who were upset, and I can certainly understand why. There was a time I would have been upset too. I would have thought about the time that I was wasting, the people on the other end, how this was cutting into my plans. And I would have believed that if I missed my connection, that I would be late, that there wasn't enough time. Last week, you may recall that I talked to you about time and how our perceptions of time can really restrict and limit us. In fact, we can end up spending more time thinking about time instead of being present to what is and being in full gratitude. Here's the secret. Gratitude and presence expands time. Staying connected to your inner guidance will help you to see that everything that you do is right on time. And as you stay in full gratitude and presence for the life that you have, that you are living right here, right now, your world of possibilities will expand for you. Bye for now.